For 10 long years, Troy stood unbroken. 10 years of blood, prophecy, and gods choosing sides. But kingdoms don't fall slowly. They fall all at once. In a single night. A night when the wind died. A night when the torches flickered for no reason. A night when the great city slept too deeply. On the shoreline, abandoned Greek tents flapped quietly in the breeze. Their campfires were cold. Their ships had vanished into the horizon, and the Trojans whispered, "It's over. They've gone home. The gods have spared us." But they were wrong. Because hidden inside a wooden giant, breathing in the dark, listening to Troy celebrate, were the men who would end the kingdom before dawn. And as Troy cheered its victory, the first spark of its destruction had already been lit. The Greeks left behind a single object, a towering wooden horse, carved from the timbers of their own ships. The Trojans gathered around it, touched it, marveled at it. Some called it a tribute. Some called it a surrender. Locon, the priest, called it what it was, a trap. He hurled a spear into its side. The wood vibrated with a hollow thud. Some Trojans swore they heard movement inside. Then the sea erupted. Twin serpents slithered from the waves, massive, scaled, divine. They wrapped around Laocoon and his sons, crushing them as the people screamed. The Trojans watched their priest die and whispered, "The gods punish doubters. The horse must be sacred. Bring it inside the walls." Pride sealed their fate. Superstition nailed it shut. They dragged the horse into the heart of Troy, the wheels grinding over stone. Children ran alongside it. Women prayed. Men raised cups of wine. Inside the horse, squeezed in suffocating darkness, warriors listened. Odysseus, Menelaus, 36 Greeks with daggers against their chests to keep them still. The world outside roared with celebration. But when the last Trojan song faded, a different sound began inside the horse. Breathing, unsheathing blades. The beginning of the end. 9 o'clock, the palace lights dim. Priam retreats to his chambers. The queen whispers prayers of thanks. 10 o'clock, the market's empty. Torches gutter out. The wine runs dry. 11 o'clock, Troy exhales. Families drift into sleep. The guards atop the walls lean on their spears, lulled by the stillness. The sea is quiet, too quiet. Above the sleeping city, clouds gather like a shroud. A single star flickers over the wooden horse. Inside that horse, warriors tremble not with fear, but anticipation sharpened into something brutal. Odysseus watches a sliver of moonlight slip through a crack in the boards. He sees Sinon's torch signal rise from the shore, and far on the horizon shadows move. Black shapes, silent, growing larger. The Greek fleet is returning under cover of night. Troy, exhausted from celebration, sleeps through the sound of its own death approaching. And when the last ship glides into shore, Odysseus makes the decision that will tear Troy apart. midnight, inside the horse, Odysseus taps twice. Men hold their breath. He taps again. The belly of the horse creaks open. Cool night air rushes in. The stars glint off bronze armor wrapped in cloth to muffle every sound. Odysseus drops first. His boots kiss the stone. Silent, the Greeks spill out like shadows sliding along the ground. They fan across the square. On the walls, 2 guards sleep, standing upright. Their heads tilt, their breathing is slow. A Greek dagger flashes once, twice. Both bodies slump without sound. At the gates, huge wooden beams hold the city shut. Odysseus signals. 6 men push. The wood groans. Sweat drips. Muscles shake. A single beam shifts. The gate cracks open. Outside, the returning Greek army waits like wolves at the mouth of a cave. Menelaus leads the charge. Agamemnon's phalanx stands ready. The Myrmidons, Achilles' old warriors, grip their spears, eager for vengeance. The Greeks surge inside. What follows isn't battle, it's slaughter. Houses erupt in flame. Streets fill with smoke. Screams rise in every direction. At the palace, Neoptolemus storms the gates, his father's rage burning in his chest. He cuts down guards as if they weigh nothing. Blood slicks the marble floors. Priam kneels at the altar, old, broken, clutching a sword too heavy for trembling hands. Neoptolemus kills him where he kneels. The king of Troy dies at the feet of his gods. And with Priam's death, the soul of Troy is extinguished. But the flames consuming the city are far from finished. 2 in the morning, the temples burn. The markets collapse. Marble cracks in the heat. Statues of gods shatter as fires roar against the sky. Andromache is dragged from her chambers screaming. Her son is torn from her arms, his fate already sealed. Cassandra wanders the palace ruins, laughing through tears. Every nightmare she foresaw now burns around her. Helen is found. Menelaus hesitates, hatred in his eyes, love in his heart. But she lives. Her beauty saves her. By dawn, only embers remain. Bodies line the streets. Smoke coils like morning veils through the ruins. The surviving Trojan women are herded to the shore, their futures written in chains. Odysseus stands alone, staring at the devastation. He knows the gods will punish him for this night. His suffering has only begun. Neoptolemus wipes his blade. The blood has already stained his soul. The Greeks claim their victory, but no one feels triumphant, just tired, haunted, changed, and, as the sun rises over the ruins, one truth becomes clear. Troy did not fall because it was weak. Troy fell because it believed the lie. Troy burned in a single night, but the story of its fall burned into eternity. A kingdom undone by pride, a people destroyed by trust, a warning carved into the bones of history. The Greeks won a war, but Troy won immortality, because walls crumble, kings fall, cities vanish, but the stories born from their ashes outlive them all.